Don't let anybody tell you what you should or should not do with your body. It's your body. You have to live with it. You have to be comfortable with it. It's not up to anybody else. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie. So in today's video, I am going to be talking about breast reduction surgery. So I'm going to be giving a lot of information. I am going to be super candid in this video. I don't know if this is going to be just one video or maybe a two-part thing, because right now this is the day before my breast reduction surgery. So I'm going to be giving you a ton of information, why I came to this decision of getting this surgery, how to get breast reduction surgery covered by insurance, and then all the steps and the obstacles that I went through to bring me to this point now. I also do want to cover like the day of my surgery, maybe a week after the surgery, 3 weeks, maybe a month, so I can give you all some updates, realistic updates. It's a lot of videos here on YouTube as far as breast reduction surgery, and I found them super extremely helpful to watch. So I hope to be that kind of helpful information for someone else. What is today? Today is June the 22nd, 2022. My surgery is scheduled for tomorrow morning, June 23rd, which I have been calling D-Day. So, and I'll get to why I call it D-Day in a moment, but let's just hop right into the information on this video. Let me be extremely upfront with you and super candid in this video as to why am I having breast reduction surgery. Okay, so let's just hop right into it. So I have been experiencing back pains, neck pains, shoulder pains. I have those grooves in my shoulders from bras and all of that. My posture, confidence. So if anybody tells you, that they're doing this breast reduction surgery 100% for just medical reasons only, okay, yes, that's fine. However, for me personally, it is medically necessary. I do have the pain to go along with it. However, I feel like this will be a confidence boost for me as well, just because clothes do not fit the way I need them to fit on my body. And so I'm looking forward to having a smaller bust section so that it's easier for me to shop, for me to wear bras and all of that. So growing up, I was not the most heavy-chested person out there ever. I think I started developing maybe 5th grade or so, but I stayed pretty small all through high school. I believe I was maybe a B cup or so. Even in college, I was a B cup. And up until about maybe 2013-ish, I went to go get measured because my bras just were not fitting the way they used to fit. And so I went to get measured and I was a triple D. That's not fun. That's not fun being a triple D. My mother, when she was living, she was super busty. My grandmothers, all of that. So it is genetic that the women in my family have larger breasts. So I probably should have expected that, but it just happened super, super drastically, and I was not expecting it. When I had my daughter in 2019, my breasts went up to a size G. So just the weight of my chest itself, it's a lot. It is a lot. And so one thing that a lot of people say, like when I say that, I want breast reduction surgery, they're like, oh, well, you don't look like you even have a chest that's big. That is because my posture, I don't know, I've gotten really good at concealing my breast area. So I don't really typically wear a lot of shirts with cleavage. I do have one on today, but typically I do not. I wear like t-shirts, and my posture is kind of slumped over, so it kind of makes it look like I'm a lot less busty than what I actually am. I've gotten really, really good at that. Really, really good. Also, I don't really wear a lot of like bras to hold them up. I wear nursing bras. Do not judge me. My daughter was born 2.5 years ago. I'm still wearing nursing bras because they're super comfortable and they kind of flatten everything out. Also, sports bras have become my best friend. So I don't really wear a lot to like lift and, you know, have them at attention. So I've gotten really good at concealing things here. So right now, currently, I am a triple D, like a 34 triple D. So it's really hard for me to like shop for clothes and things. Like, I'm just really self-conscious about shopping for clothes. Like shopping for clothes online, I end up sending back so many different clothes because of the way it fits my top area. I'm not really a big person. However, like I have to wear like larges and extra larges up top just to fit my breast area. I remember as soon as I had my daughter, we were taking family pictures and I just kept sending dresses back because nothing would fit up here. I ended up taking like, not gauze, but what am I thinking of? You know, like you wrap your arm up with or something. I took that and tried to like smush my breasts down so that they were not big, so that I could fit in these dresses to take family pictures. It's just been rough. So I do have a history of back pains, shoulder pains, neck pains, all of that, the grooves in the shoulders, all of that. So it is physical and mental for me. So now let's talk about how to get breast reduction surgery covered by health insurance. So as soon as I had my daughter, I was thinking, you know, this is the route that I want to go. I want to have breast reduction surgery. Number one thing to do to get this covered by insurance, you need to either visit your OBGYN or your primary care doctor. If you have a rapport with them, they already know what your issues are. They already know that you have back pain, shoulder pains, all of those issues. So you already have that rapport with them. I ended up going to my OB, who I have been going to since I was 18. So we already have that rapport. He already knows me. In 2020, I had an appointment with him. I told him, you know, this is what I want to do. I want to look into it. And he examined me and he agreed. He's like, yeah, I understand and we can get this done for you. So he agreed to write me a letter of support and gave me a list of doctors' names to look into, to call and, you know, see who would be able to take me. So I ended up coming home, calling these doctors, and the pandemic happened. So a lot of these doctors stopped taking voluntary surgeries. They were not even scheduling consultations, none of that. So it kind of deterred me just a little bit. So I took a step back, kind of put everything in the back burner. You know, breasts have such multiple purposes. They were the nourishment for my daughter. I did not breastfeed her, but I pumped a lot. I had a lot of milk. So I kept my daughter fed with my breasts. They are my fun bags for my husband. So they serve multiple purposes. However, at this time, I have to do this for me. I have to do something for me. And my breasts are not making me happy. They are heavy. It's hard to sleep with these things. So I am doing this for me. So I ended up going back to my doctor in 2021, like at the end of the year. And we revisited the conversation. He agreed again, you know, this will be a good thing for you. I support your decision. I will get you a letter of support written up, and again, gave me a list of doctors to reach out to. So I did reach out to a few of those doctors. A lot of those doctors were not taking medical insurance. It was just paying out of pocket. And I wanted to discover or search all my options to see how I can get this covered by medical insurance. I have some really good medical insurance, so I knew that if I was able to find a doctor, I knew this would get covered. So I ended up calling some more doctors and looking around. I found a doctor who was able to take medical insurance. And the receptionist who answered the phone, super nice and everything, but she told me before I can even have a consultation, so this is November, December 2021. She told me before I could have a consultation, which they were booked out to February of 2022, I had to have at least 3 to 6 months of physical therapy or chiropractic visits. I also had to have the letter of support from the doctor. I also had to be under a certain BMI, which I believe was 31. So I was already at 27. So I was already there. And then also I had to call my insurance and make sure that this type of surgery would be covered. Okay, fine. So I asked her, okay, can I go ahead and schedule the consultation and in the meantime work on these items? She said, absolutely not. Because once you have all of this information, call us, get your consultation scheduled, and we will go ahead and submit this information to your insurance for prior authorization. So it's like I had to step back again. So I called my doctor and they were able to refer me to physical therapy. So I did go ahead and go to physical therapy once a week for 3 months. At the end of my physical therapy, I ended up calling that same doctor back again, that doctor's office with the receptionist who gave me all of the stipulations. And she told me, oh, that's great. Go ahead and send all this information in to us and we will go ahead and get you scheduled for a consultation. So send this in first, then give us a call and we will get you scheduled for a consultation, which is booked out until September. So this is March 2022. They are now booked out until September 22. So I ended up calling my OB's office and asking them to send over the letter of support. He never wrote the letter of support for me. He never wrote it. So I ended up having to make an appointment with one of the doctors in his office, and he was able to write me the letter of support. Apparently everything was already in the notes and everything on my file, so it was not a hassle or anything, but I did have to go to this other doctor. He wrote me the letter of support and I was able to have that. So I have my physical therapy, I have my letter of support, I am under the BMI, and I did call my insurance and make sure that this was covered under my insurance policy. In the meantime, I'm thinking, you know, I can't even have a consultation until September. That is insane. So I ended up calling some more doctors again, calling around. So this is now the end of March. So I do get in contact with another doctor. I was able to get a consultation on April the 6th. I did not have to send him anything in advance. I just had to make my appointment, come into the office. He examined me. We went over questions, my concerns and everything, why I wanted to get the surgery, what kind of medical pains that I was having. And he told me, we will submit all of this information to your insurance. Either they can approve it and we can move forward and schedule you a surgery date. 2, they can deny it and we can discuss options of paying out of pocket. So those are the 2 options. So they told me, you know, if I don't hear anything within 3 weeks, to give them a call and let them know, you know, we'll discuss what our further options are there. So in this visit, in my consultation, we did go over a lot of different things as far as the possible complications, the possible risks and all of that. So a couple of the risks are, you know, infections. One of my breasts could end up larger or smaller than the other. The process and procedure, we went over that as far as, you know, where the cuts will be, where the scars will be. So he told me that I would have incisions under my breasts and then also going from the bottom up to my nipple, and they will also have to move my nipple up. So I was already prepared with all of this. I had looked at a ton of videos, talked to a lot of people who had gone through the procedure. Also, I will note that I have not met anybody who has had a breast reduction surgery and has not said it was the best thing I've ever done. Every single person who I have met has said that. So it kind of solidified with me, you know, any hesitations that I had, you know, this is what I want to do and I'm going to move forward with it. What I would suggest is when you do go to your consultation, write down a list of questions that you have and ask those at the doctor's office. That's what they're there for. That's what the doctors are there for, to answer questions. So make sure you take as many questions as possible that you have. He also told me that my recovery time would be approximately 6 weeks. I would not be able to lift more than 6 pounds, which was a little bit of a hesitation for me personally because I have a toddler. And I did not know how she was going to be able to adjust to me not being able to pick her up. So we had to make some adjustments around the house to accommodate that. So after my consultation, we actually went out of town. We went to Vegas, wasn't really thinking anything of it, and got back the next week, and in the mail, I got my approval letter from my insurance. I was not expecting it that fast. I was expecting 3 weeks, you know, a month, whatever, but it came like in a week and a half. The date on the letter is April the 14th. So I had my consultation on April the 6th and got my letter April the 14th. So I was ecstatic. You know, this is what I have been working for. This is what I have been wanting for years. I went ahead and called the doctor's office and scheduled for my surgery date. So again, my surgery date is scheduled for June the 23rd. Pre-op appointment was on June the 6th. I also had to get some lab work done, so they drew some blood just to test everything, make sure that I am healthy, and I had that on June the 13th. And then I also already have my post-op appointment scheduled for June the 27th. I had to do a lot of preparing in this process. So once I got my approval letter and I knew that the ball was rolling, I had to mentally prepare myself. Like I've had surgeries before. I have had breast tissue taken out from under my arm on 2 occasions. I've had a C-section, but every time I have a surgery, I go through this like mental, I don't know, where I am just in a frenzy, scared of the unknown, basically. I don't know. I have not had smaller breasts in quite some time, so I'm excited, I'm scared, I'm nervous. I had to prepare physically, so I had to get my daughter ready, practicing with her, getting in and out her car seat by herself. Of course, I will strap her in, but getting in and out the car by herself, making sure that she is good with her crib. So we took off the front panel of her crib and put like a barrier or something on there so she's able to get in and out herself. So if she needs to wake up in the middle of the night to go to potty, then she's able to climb out. I'm able to help her with that, and then she's able to climb right back into her bed by herself. So also buying a bunch of things. So I bought one of those like bed pillows. I bought a tray, so when my hubby serves me breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I will have my tray ready. Getting my guest room set up so that I am able to sleep by myself for the first couple of days to just heal and recuperate. So it's just a lot of prepping. It's a lot of prep action, mentally and physically. Also time off work. I was granted 6.5 weeks off work, so making sure everything is squared away at work, making sure that all of my duties and tasks are delegated out to those who are able to assist me. So it's been a lot. It has been a lot. However, I am so looking forward to being able to live comfortably, being comfortable in my own skin. So a lot of people say, you know, oh, your breasts are not that big, you don't need surgery. Don't let anybody tell you what you should or should not do with your body. It's your body. You have to live with it. You have to be comfortable with it. It's not up to anybody else. You have to be comfortable with your own self. Do what makes you happy. If you are in pain, it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. And who wants to live with a lifetime of pain, a lifetime of heaviness, a lifetime of not being able to sleep comfortably, a lifetime of hunching over because your body cannot physically support your large chest? And then also just feeling good about yourself. That's a good thing too. You want to feel good about yourself. And so if breast reduction surgery is going to do that for you, then by all means do that. Whatever you want to do with your body, if that's going to make you feel good about yourself, you should do that. So I think I covered everything. I don't know, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Put some questions down below. If you do have any questions or concerns or anything, please leave those for me. This is my first video. I think I'm going to wrap this up because I'm like at 23 minutes and this is before editing. So I am going to come back once I have, my surgery. I'm going to show you all the results. I'm going to show you everything I can. I'm going to be very honest about the pain, about the procedure, about this entire process. So if you are interested in that, please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, set it to all so you don't miss anything that I post on my channel. Leave me some questions below if you have any. But I'm trying to think if I have forgotten anything. I have like a whole notebook of notes, so let me see. Here are my list of suggestions of how to get this covered by insurance. Number 1, physical therapy or chiropractic visits. You will need at least 3 to 6 months of that under your belt. Within the past 12 months, you'll need that. You'll need a letter of support, either from your OB, OBGYN, or primary care physician. You will need some kind of history of why this is medically necessary. So build some rapport with one of your doctors, express your concerns, express your pains. Us as Black women, us as Black people, period, it seems like we are very untrusting of doctors. We're very untrusting of going to hospitals, having surgery, and all of that. However, if you are in pain, do not live with that pain. Do something about it. So also make sure that you are under a certain BMI. So around 31, I think, was the number that they gave me. So if you do need to start eating healthy, exercising, do all of that prior to even calling out to doctors. Also, make sure that your insurance even covers breast reduction surgery. Make sure that it's not under an exception or anything. I know that with my insurance, they told me that it has to be deemed medically necessary. It does not include any kind of lipo. Take notes of everything. Make sure that you have documentation of absolutely everything, all of the steps that you go through. I still have all of my letters. I have the letter from my job stating, that I was approved for time off. I have the letter from the insurance stating that I was approved. I have all of the letters from my doctor's office. Also to prep for your surgery. So this is my night before. What they told me is in order to prep for tomorrow, so I have to be there super early. I have to be there at 5:30 in the morning. So I cannot eat past midnight. I also have to clean very, very well. So I'll probably clean with some antibacterial soap, so like Dial or something. And they just gave me the directions of where I need to go in the morning. So surgery is around 4.5 hours is what they told me. My doctor also told me that spending the night at the hospital the day of the surgery is completely up to me. If I want to do so, then I can. If I feel like I am okay to go home, then I can do so. I did also ask him about scar removal cream or anything like that, and he told me we would discuss that at a later time, so I'm not really worried about any of that. My mindset right now is basically woosah. I'm just trying to calm myself down. Zen is what I'm trying to be, so that I can get in the right mindset to just relax and recoup and rest and just heal myself. So that's a lot of information. I apologize if this was way too long, Most people have probably clicked out of here already, which I don't blame you. That's fine. But yeah, more info to come. So this is a journey. This is my story, and I am willing to share that with you. So I hope you all allow me some grace and are nice down there in the comments. Also, let me go ahead and put some photos up of my before. And I will be back with my after. So like, comment, subscribe. And as always, I'll see you all next time.